I started to have a lot of headaches and tightness around my head. I knew that wasn't normal. I kind of just went with it for a while until I wanted to get new frames. But my eye exam came back with a lot of red flags, so they referred me to another doctor. I was diagnosed with IIH.
Idiopathic intracranial hypertension.
I have a lot of fluid around my brain and there's nowhere for it to go.
And that high pressure causes the headaches, can cause the ringing in the ears, but can also cause pressure behind the eyes that can lead to vision loss.
So when I met Dr. Powers, he felt like an uncle. Like, it was very calm. I think he could tell I was nervous. He told me that we would exhaust all options. He wasn't in a rush to take me into surgery. And so I was really appreciative of that. So we exhausted a lot of medicine and those didn't work. So we ended up having to go to surgery. I had 3 stents placed around my brain. And the idea was that the stents would help with the fluid flow. After my first brain surgery, I was diagnosed with situational depression. My therapist had said, what is one thing that you like to do? And I love taking selfies. It was about seeing your best self. So I had to have a second surgery. We have all these veins in our head that helps the fluid flow. For me, that wasn't happening. They went back in and they had put in 2 more stents, and we thought that was gonna be the solution. I was at a dance practice and I passed out. The stents weren't working and they were going to try another method.
Ventriculoperitoneal shunt. The components of the shunt are the tube inside the brain right here that goes into the fluid-filled space, and then that tube comes out through a hole in the skull and connects to a valve system. And then it's a very long tube that drains all the way down from the head into the space around the intestines and the belly.
And it was causing me a lot of stomach pain and discomfort.
Another option is what's called a ventriculojugular or ventriculoatrial shunt.
The tube goes from the top of my head, down the ear, somewhat of my chest cavity, but it loops to my heart atrium. So right before surgery, I wanted to do a TikTok.
It set a great mood in the OR. There is no line that separates us from patients. We're just people, and I could just easily been on the bed, and maybe I would have wanted a TikTok video, and it would have meant a lot to me if the people taking care of me were on the same page.
And that was the best, literally 30 seconds of my life. The last thing I remember was laughing. And then I woke up in recovery. Ohio State has the best team because they care about their patients.